In this scene, Lady Macduff questions Ross about her husband's escape. She tries to explain the situation to her son, and they begin to argue. A messenger warns her to flee from the palace, but it is too late, and the murderer rushes into the room and kills her son. Lady Macduff talks about how her husband lacks kindness, which seems ironic against Lady Macbeth, saying her husband is too kind in reference to killing Duncan. This scene characterizes Macduff when Lady Macduff and her son discuss how he's a traitor. A theme that is demonstrated here is the fall of man. Macbeth sends the murderer to kill Macduff, but ends up killing his son in his place. This emphasizes his loss of morality and intensifies the plot.
What had he done to make him fly the land?
You must have patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom, to leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansion and his titles in a place from whence himself does fly. He loves us not. He wants the natural touch for the poor wren. The most diminutive of birds will fight her young ones in her nest against the owl. All is the fear and nothing is the love. As little is the wisdom where the flight so runs against all reason.
My dearest coz, I pray you school yourself, but for your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of the season. I dare not speak much further, but cruel are the times when we are traitors and do not know ourselves, when we hold rumor from what we fear, yet know what we fear, but float upon a wind and violent sea. Each way and none I take my leave of you. Shall not be long, but I'll be here again. Things that the worst will seize, or else climb upward to what they were before. My pretty cousin, blessing upon you.
Fathered he is, and yet he's fatherless.
Oh, I am so much a fool. Should I stay longer? It would be my disgrace and your discomfort. I will take my leave at once.
Sirrah, your father's dead, and what will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, mother.
What, with worms and flies?
With what I get, I mean, and so do they.
Poor bird, thou hast never feared the net, nor lime, the pitfall, nor the gin.
Why should I, mother? Poor birds they are not set for. My father is not dead for all you're saying.
Yes, he is dead. How wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
Why, I can buy me 20 at any market.
Then buy to sell him again.
Thou speakest with all thy wit, and yet if faith with wit enough for thee.
Was my father a traitor, mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one that swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so is a traitor and must be hanged.
And must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Everyone.
Who must hang them?
Why, the honest man.
Then the liars and swearers are fools, for there are liars and swearers enough to beat the honest men and hang them up.
Now God help thee, poor monkey, but how wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you'd weep for him. If you would not, it were a good sign that I should quickly have a new father.
Poor prattler, how thou talkst.
Bless bless you, fair dame. I am not to you known, though in your state of honor I am perfect. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. If you will take a homely man's advice, be not found here, hence with your little ones. To fright you thus, methinks I am too savage. To do worse to you were fell cruelty, which is too nigh your person. Heaven preserve you. I dare abide no longer.
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm, but I remember now I am in this earthly world where to do harm is often laudable, to do good sometime, accounted dangerous folly. Why then, alas, do I put that womanly defense to have said I have done no harm? What are these faces?
Where is your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified, where such as thou mayest find him.
He's a traitor!
Thou liest, thou shag-haired villain!
What, you egg, you young fry of treachery!
He's killed me, mother. Run away, I pray you.
Murder!
Bless you, fair dame. Bless you, fair dame. Methinks I am too savage to do worse. Right you thus, methinks I am too savage.
Thou liest, thou shag-haired villain!
You egg, young fry of treachery.
Thou liest, thou shag-haired...
Now you're smiling even more.
Okay.
He's a traitor!
Thou liest, thou shag-haired villain!
What? You egg, young fry... Come on. He's a traitor!
Thou liest, thou shag-haired villain!
He's a traitor!
Thou liest, thou shag-haired...
Yeah, it makes...
He's a traitor!
Thou liest, thou shag-haired villain!
What? You egg, you young frickin'...
He's killed me, mother. Run away, I pray you.
Murder!